You already know, man. It's the Anakin 9.5, the show. Let's get it started. Already. Yeah, you already know, man. It's the Anakin 9.5 Beats, the show, man, podcast. And today, all right, we are going to talk about, is it really worth being a celebrity or entertainer or even being rich? Let's give it up for that. So ask yourself, is it really worth being a celebrity or an entertainer? Because what we finding out now in 2025 is that it's a lot of bullshit going on, man. Like, so many young people and people my age or a little bit older than me, they wanted to be an entertainer. They wanted to be a celebrity. They wanted the money. They wanted the fame. And they also wanted the power. But as you can see, in 2025, it's looking a whole lot different right now. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, I'm chewing gum, but it's all good because I can do what I want, and that's the truth, right? But yeah, this is a message from me, Anakin 9.5, Beats, Lulu. You really have to pay attention to what's going on in the world right now. Because as I go back and look back from 2025 all the way to 2015, you could probably say, I don't know, man. It seemed like anybody that started making music or was in the entertainment world around about 2010 to now, they are all failing. And that's not good. That's a message that the internet is undefeated. Because everybody wants to get rich. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to save money. Everybody wants to be in control of their life. A lot of people these days, when it comes to celebrity and it comes to fame and fortune, want to control other people. Now, let's break it down, all right? Let's break it down. Now, you think about these young kids that's in their 30s, 25, 22, or the ones that's like 25 to 36. We can talk about Lil Durk. We can talk about Lil Baby. We can talk about Breezy. We can talk about these guys. Now, if you can remember, before 2020, right, they were all stacking their bread, going on Instagram, going on Twitter, going on all these social media, stacking their money, showing how much money they got, driving different cars. Isn't it ironic that you don't see that shit no more? It's like they scared to put out how much money they making, or are they making a lot of money now? And that's how I know that 2020 changed the whole game when it comes to celebrity and it comes to entertainers. It seems like the celebrities and the entertainers these days, rappers, musicians, producers, they are all like I wouldn't say they thirsty, but it's obvious that they're not making the same money that they were making before 2020. Before 2020, that's all you seen was all these guys and girls showing how much money they got and posting stuff on Instagram, like I said, and going on live and saying how much they got it and how good their life is and bought all these different cribs and different cars. Now it just seems like they're just doing a lot of promoting, man. That's what I see. So when it comes to people that already is thinking about when you're 17, 18, 19, 20, you're thinking about being a rapper, you're thinking about being a singer, you're thinking about being an entertainer, you better think about this shit twice, man. Yeah, you better think about this because it seems like if you don't have your head on straight and you don't have the right people in place to succeed, there's danger. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about first place, second place. I'm saying there's danger because you're vulnerable. And it's like all the people that's made it in the past 15, 20 years, they have all been vulnerable. Not every last one of everybody, but I'm saying when I say vulnerable, that means they really didn't have anything before they became famous. They really didn't have anything when they got, you know, to the point where they wanted to be successful and all they could rely on is one thing. You hear these stories all the time. Their mother abandoned them or their father abandoned them and they grew up in the hood. And I'm talking about artists, you know, how they had to sell this, they had to sell that just to get off the streets. And then they chose rap or they chose singing or they chose, you know, dancing. And then you have, on the flip side, you have these young kids out here that their fathers or their mothers put them into the entertainment business as far as being an actor because their parents working, you know, 70, 80 hours a week and they trying to find a way out. So they put all the pressure on their young kids to be successful. Look at That's So Raven, you know what I'm saying? Raven Simone, and I can name other people, you know, I choose not to. But think about all these guys that was on Nickelodeon. Now, some of these parents already had money, okay? They already was very successful. I mean, look at Britney Spears. Her parents were, I think they were pretty much successful. You know, they had good jobs and they knew that their daughter could really sing and she could really perform. She was an entertainer. And then look how she went crazy. You see where I'm going? It's so strange how all these different people in these different platforms, how they all are just losing their mind or going crazy. Now, I could be wrong, allegedly. They're on pills, they're on different substances to make them survive. We don't even know what they've been through. So, logically, is it really substantial to want to be famous and be a celebrity? Because it seems like every last one of them breaking down. And don't get me wrong, real people out here on the street like me, real people out here on the street that's really working a 9 to 5, real people out here that's really doggone struggling to survive. Now we are actually watching these celebrities. We're actually watching these entertainers struggle, man. And it's all coming after 2020. 2020 broke the barrier when it comes to economy and then when it comes to income and it comes to the morale of how much money you could make before then. Because I know damn well I was coming up. And it's just strange how everybody's going against each other. I don't like you. And I'm talking about entertainers and I'm talking about artists and I'm talking about anybody that's on a certain level, even the ones that's moved past singing, rapping, entertaining, and they just got a whole bunch of money, I think, in their pocket or in their bank accounts, and now they hate this person and they hate this person. Oh, I thought you was cool with me. Oh, I thought this person was cool. Like, you see how everybody's turning on each other? So that's why I want to ask the young people out here, is this what you really want to do? Do you really want to be an artist? Do you really want to be a rapper? Do you really want to be an entertainer? And most of y'all will say, yes, this is what I want to do. But I just want you to know that you have to pay attention to what's going on in the world right now. I mean, even looking at allegedly the things that they're saying about Diddy, the things they're saying about T.I., the things they're saying about J-Lo, the things they're saying about Oprah, the things that they're saying about Ellen. It seems like it's a lot of underscore backdoor stabbing and a lot of shit that we deal with in everyday life that's happening in the entertainment business and that's happening in the entertainment world. And that's crazy work. So I challenge all the young people out there that say they got a gift. Yeah, you can have a gift, okay? And I got some ideas. If you can sing and you can rap, are you a musician? Start your own business, start your own label, start your own avenue, and don't follow behind nobody because you got to realize that all these celebrities and entertainers, they are really on some other shit, and we don't know what they've been through, but they're not making the same money that they're making or have made in the past. So they're willing to use anybody from what I'm seeing now. This could not be true. You might find a few good people out here that really gonna rock with you, that's really gonna care about you, really gonna love you and have their best interest in what you want to do with your life. But be careful with your talent. Because you got to remember now, back in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s, it's a lot of celebrities and entertainers and actors that got used up. And now you see them. They don't look the same. They don't move the same. We don't know what they've been through behind closed doors. And there's a lot of BS going on. So you have to ask yourself, do you really want to go and be in that type of number and be double smashed or have some shit happen to you that you don't want to happen? Now, don't get me wrong, in everyday life, we all go through obstacles and we all go through transitions when it comes to people fucking us over. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, if you had a regular job, you know your manager is probably going to at some point fuck you over. The general manager is probably going to leave, and another general manager is going to come in and take over and have his own staff and get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? I've been in situations where I worked for a company and it was a great company, or I thought it was a great company, and it went bankrupt. And when I went to the job, the doors closed. You know what I'm saying? I got to get a round of applause for that, but I'm just telling you straight up. So, therefore, you never know what's going to happen when it comes to wanting to get rich, and you never know what's going to happen when you just living an everyday life, regular life, and you just got a good job and you've been there 5 or 10 years. So what I'm saying is be careful. And is it really worth it? Is it really worth they say selling your soul to make a lot of money and then you lose the money because you don't even know how you got to that point in the first place. All you know is that somebody gave you $500,000 in advance, somebody gave you $1,000,000 in advance, and you know these days, young people, that 500,000 and $1,000,000 is not a lot of money. No, it's not. It's not gonna get you anywhere. Now, I do have some tips. Okay, I do have some tips for the young people, and I do have some tips for the people that's 30 and 40 years old. If you decide to be a celebrity, okay, if you decide to be an actor, if you decide to be a rap artist, any of those things that have to do with entertainment, the safest thing to do is when you do get that money in advance, or you start getting money and it start moving and you can actually see it, no matter if you do shows or, you know, you need to invest your money. And a lot of people would say, hey, well, you need to get an advisor, or you need to get an investor, or maybe a person that comes in that can help you manage your money. Well, you got to watch those motherfuckers too. Nobody's safe. You really have to watch those people too. I think you should get somebody in your family that you can trust, that you know their social security number, you know what I mean? And you know how to contact them when something goes wrong and they can't escape you or leave you. You know, just like when you be in the entertainment business, you got a manager. Like, you should get somebody that you really know. That don't mean that you got 100% trust them when it comes to management. I wouldn't get a manager that I don't know. I don't care what his accolades are and how good he is or she is. I'm going to get somebody that I know. So if I had to kick your ass, I'm going to kick your motherfucking ass. Or if I want to sue you, you can't run from me, you can't hide, you can't go anywhere. And I think that's smart. So those are some tips. And, you know, if when you do get a whole bunch of money, don't go out there spending a whole bunch of money. Don't get you a big staff of people that's going to do all the things that you don't want to do. If you had a regular job, you had to do everything. So, God damn it, you still got to do everything when you got a lot of money. So, hang on, I need a stylist. I need this. Man, learn how to do your own shit. Yeah, learn how to do your own shit. Don't be depending on all these different people to maintain your happiness. You can never be happy if you depend on everybody else to do your shit because you got a lot of money. The main thing to do, I would say save money, but half of y'all not gonna save y'all money. But what I will say is, what you need to do is invest your money into, real estate. That's smart. 401k, build your own 401k. Put money into different stock markets. Like, find out, do your research. You don't have to have an investor or an accountant to do this shit. You can go online and you can look. You can Google it. You can go on YouTube. You can learn how to do your own shit. A lot of y'all don't use the masses that y'all need to use to be successful. Y'all just start listening to people that's already been through that, and that's what they did. Back then, they didn't have this internet shit where you could go and look. We had the internet, but you didn't have the internet where you can go and look and see how to manage this and manage that. Now you can go on and get all the information you want and do it your damn self. The best thing to do is do it yourself. All right? Let's give it up for that right there. So, in conclusion, is it really worth being a celebrity and being in the entertainment business? It's only worth it if you don't stay in it for a longevity. All right, let's give it up for that right there. I think in the entertainment world, you should do at least 5 years, no more than 10, and then you take a 5 to 10 year break. You know what I'm saying? Then come back when all hell is broke and all hell is broke loose, and times are where you can enjoy your life. You still should do 5 or 10 years. Get out of the business. Don't sign no contract. If you sign a contract, make sure it's no more than 5 years, and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I might have a part to it, but I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. Is it really worth being a celebrity or entertainment? Is it worth it? The answer to me is there's a yes and there's a no. Yes, it's worth it if you know how to move and you take the tools that I just gave you to survive. Because it's all about survival at the end of the day when it comes to all of this shit. Or I would say no. Because once you make it and you get all that money, you're not going to be able to live a normal life. This is the Anakin 9.5 Beats, the show. I'll holler at y'all, man.